Let's rock, baby.
Yes. Hey, sorry about that. I got everything set up but my mic. There we go, now I bounce. So, welcome in. Got some price packs, gonna talk about the event, the two locals, and then I'm gonna workshop a deck with you guys. Don't have anything fun today. So first price pack. Hold on. I'm missing one of the participation packs. And I don't know where it is, so I'm gonna have to hunt for it later. And we'll see what it is. I'll open it after stream. First pack. I think this was from Sunday. I missed my Friday local because I slept until 8 p.m. Guneasy, G Falcon, Esperanza, Garmin Stop, Progressa, Spiritual Support, Norn Unicorn, Rosambia, Rudy, Power, Hexa, Awakening, Woke Unicorn, it's an LR, why I got it on. So I pulled an LR, that's nice. A box has 8 guaranteed LRs. Trinity, Industrial 7, 9th Tactical Training Sector, Slugger, Tiny, Sochi, Abaraku, The Plant, Hallelujah, Aerial Rebuild, Reinforce Zero, Alarian Victory. Nice. Those are 2 good packs. Let's see what's in the participation pack. The Cell. I think this is Time Skip the Cell from part 2. I got a LR Victory and an LR Woke Unicorn. Which I already had a playset of, but it's, you know, extras are never bad. Yeah. This is from Monday. We're just from Earth. Tokwon. Hip Heavy. Always need more Hip Heavies. Shokyu. Red Dynamis. Sochi. Not Sochi, Machine Doll Squad. Michelle? Indiscriminate Violence. Nabla. Norn Unicorn. Core Fighter. Experiment Type. Alley's Enact. Reinforce Zero. Last regular pack. Chud Virtue. Shrike's Bulwark. Choo Choo Semi-Trainer. Esperanza. Garma's Dop. Industrial 7. Barbet. Garma. Rosum Galus. Trinity Warship. Curious Transam. Blocker Turn A. Which I didn't have. I don't have a place to blocker Turn A's. Not that I think I'd ever run it, but I don't. And then a Ferract Resource. I'm gonna double check, see if I can find the last participation pack, but if I can't easily find it, I don't have much to open, that's all there is to it. I know I got one. Found it. It fell between some boxes. Less participation back. I lost the first round of locals on Monday, so I didn't get the winner's pack. Archangel. Always nice to get Archangel. I think it's the most valuable of the promo cards. So talk about locals a bit. Sunday, I didn't go, like I said, I slept until 8 p.m. Friday, so I didn't go to the, what do you call it? Locals. I didn't go to Friday locals, so I went to Sunday and Monday. So Sunday I ran an Oops All Curious deck. which is 4 of all of these cards. Except for 2 of this rare Curios, because it's kind of the weakest one. And I lost both games. I had a strong start both times, but I just never found the links I needed, which is weird because I never found the pilots I needed. Which is weird because every card but one is a link to my 2 pilots. Baby Exia is just a close combat on legs. This does 2 damage to a target. This does 2 damage to a level 2 or lower target if there are 2 enemy units in play. And yeah, I couldn't quite clutch it out in the end. The first game, I don't think I saw either pilot. In the second game, I don't think I saw an Alleluia. It was definitely the stronger of the 2 pilots. This one, if you destroy an enemy unit, it lets you draw. It lets you look at the top card, and if it's a CB card, you can add it to your hand. That's really good for this deck. It needs the tempo. Alleluia, just if there's a link unit in play, which is everything, it doesn't take damage from 3 or less attack on your turn. So like putting Alleluia in the Curios doesn't really make sense because Curios is going to have 4 AP at the bare minimum when it swings, and it has first strike, so it doesn't take battle damage if it kills the enemy unit first. So like Alleluia is kind of wasted on red Curios. I never saw Trans Am Curios who, when there's a red pilot in play, it gets first strike, and when there's a green pilot in play, it gets breach 3. Which would have helped. This rare Curios, power cards is fickle. Yeah, it's a fun deck to play, but it's not quite as consistent as I would like. Lock-on is a really good pilot, and lock-on lets you hit for standing units at a lower level than the unit it's paired in. The LR Dynamis is really good too, but this rare Curios, if it kills something that's linked, it does 1 damage to all level 3 or lower units, enemy units. So it's actually kind of good with Alleluia. It's going to be a 6/4. At turn 5, that's okay, but you can swing into a little Chudlet and not take damage and ping the board, which is nice. But you only run 2 of this because it's kind of the weakest of the cards. This Curios lets you attack a pilot paired with the Super Soldier, which is both my pilots can do. They can attack standing. They're a level 4 or lower, which is nice. I'm already decided to convert it back to a regular deck. So I'm taking these cards out. The baby Curios, the rare Curios, and then this attack standing Curios. And I'm adding like lock-ons and dynamises. lock on. If it's a CB unit, it can attack standing is an equal or lower level than the unit it's piloting. And LR Dynamis, it's only a 2-4 normally, but it gets +2 attack when it's linked. So it's a 5-6, which is pretty beefy. And it heals 2 every turn. So you can like attack standing guys and get recovered. So that's going to be the red-green deck moving forward. Before I was running it, I was using the Chud Virtue, which is a 3-1 for 1 cost, just to have like cheap bodies to throw down. I've decided to replace it with the Curios that gets +2 attack if there's a pilot in play, a CB pilot. So it's a 4-3 on your turn. It's a 5-4 if it's paired with Hallelujah, which works well for it. And then I became a believer in this Curious Tail Flight mode, which is a 3-4. If there's an CB link in play, it's -1 cost, so it's a 3-2 for. It's a 3-2-3-4. But even not just having a 3-3 is not bad. It's not ideal. You'd rather have something else, but this came up a ton. Even just on its own. So that's going to be that deck. Moving forward. And then the other deck, because I wanted to win, because I was salty about losing both games, so I brought out my green-white wing deck again. Which runs these 3 blockers and then a smattering of green cards. I like the Scry 1 heavy arms because it's a universal link with Operation Meteor pilots, which so far all the wing team are Operation Meteor. Even the new hero, which is a G-team pilot, is still Operation Meteor. So like Wu Fei makes this a 5-5, Hero makes this a 6-6, which is nice. I have 3 rare Shenlongs, which can destroy, when it attacks, it destroys a blocker level 3 or lower. 4 starter wings, which has breach 5 and it can attack standing level 4 or lower. With Hero, it's a 7-7, which is nuts. On turn 6, it's a 7-7, it only costs 5 resources. To put it in comparison, Heavy Ultron and Deathscythe Hell are turn 8 cards, and they cost like when they're linked, they're going to be a 7-7. Or Wing Zeros, because it's just a beast. Or Wu Fei's. Wu Fei, if it's in a unit with breach, it doesn't take battle damage 3 or less. So you can put it in Shenlong. You can put it in base wing, and it turns it into a 6-6. That doesn't take the battle damage from level 3s or lower, or 3 attack or lower. You're gonna be swinging into, you can easily swing into them a lot. The bird mode gives you an extra EX resource, which helps you get to wing better. It's just ramp. There's hero. 3 overflowing affection because it's good. It's cycles through your deck. 2 unforeseen incidents. It feels really bad to have your first strike unit hit with unforeseen incident and then die. 2 first contact, which is another ramp card. And then 1 industrial 7. You can exile a command from your trash and give an enemy -1 attack, which isn't a lot, but it isn't a lot, but it's just, what else are the command cards doing? Yeah, unforeseen incident. The Mika art is cheaper, or was cheaper when I bought it. So I have a bunch of Mika choking out, what's his nose? Galio. And then Peace Million for the other bases. It heals a wing unit level 6 or lower for 2. Or 6 or higher for 2 when it kills something. So it keeps wing alive. My first round was against a blue-white blocker unicorn, or blue-white unicorn, and I lost to him. I actually played him Sunday with my Kyrios deck. He was just super aggressive with his blockers, and I never drew any of my blockers. He killed me before turn 7, before I could pull out wing. I had like 3 wing zeros in my hand, but he just rushed me down, and I had no response. The second round was against a purple-white Destiny blocker, and he kind of bricked. He never drew Destiny. Like, I got the ramp off early, and so I just kept tempo. And he just had a hard time. He was just struggling the whole time. And then the last one was against blue-white blocker slop. A lot of seed cards. And it was kind of close, but I clutched it out in the end. I dropped like back-to-back wing zeros, which is nice. I dropped Deathlight Hell and used it to swing into something standing. He kind of gave up early. One of the right cards in this game seems so much more battle than I'm used to from management. Yeah, there's not a lot of like draw and search. And the draw and search there is kind of weak. Like, Wing has one. Where is it? Like, Wing has this one, which it's a turn 5 card, which is light. It only costs 1. And you can... Sorry, I pulled up the window. Pulled up Discord by accident. It lets you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you can pick one Operation Meteor or G Team and add it to your hand. It's a good card. It just doesn't really have a place in most decks. I'm running it in my pure Operation Meteor build. It's just green-white blockers is so much more consistent and stronger. Unfortunately, a green-white blocker wing is so much better. It kind of stinks. So something new I'm working on, and I might bring it on Monday. I'm still workshopping it. Hopefully the other guys in the Gundam Discord will chime in. But it's Cyclops, which is hard to tell from the first couple cards. Oh, the game opens up more things. Yeah, they're going to. The G Gundam cards already look really good. Rose Gundam can attack. Rose Gundam is a 3-3. It's a 3-2-3-3. That links with George. And when it attacks, when it's linked and it attacks, it lets you use the effect of the pilot again. And George is a command pilot that has the effect give a mobile fighter with 3 or 4 or less attack +2 attack. So with George, you play Rose Gundam, you play George, you make Rose Gundam of 5-3. Rose goes to the trash. Its effect lets you play it from the trash onto Rose Gundam to make it a 6-4 on turn 3. And then every time you attack after that, you get +2 attack. They just revealed a Shining Gundam weenie, so it's a 2-1-2-2 Shining Gundam. So that'll be a 4-2 with George attacking. Yeah, Rose is going to be really good. So I have the Cyclops deck a guy made. And originally it ran 4 Weenie Zakus, 4 Char Zaku 2, which when it's destroyed, you search look at the top 3 cards, and if you can pull a Xeon unit to your hand, or Neo Xeon. 2 Anxious, it just does 1 damage to aggressive unit when it's deployed. The pilots are Mikhail, 2 Bernies, and 2 Chars. You have 2 Garcias, which let you deploy it's either a 1-0 or it pilot, or it lets you make a Hygog token as a Cyclops team. Hygog, the Cyclops card, when it's linked with a Cyclops team, and there's another Cyclops unit in play, you can create a Cyclops token, a Hygog token, which is a 2-1 weenie. 3 Falmel, which creates a Char Zaku token on your turn, and then 2 Corsica bases because it's the best base in the game. If you have 1 Corsica base out, like the first Corsica base makes a 4-2 Talgis token, the second Corsica base makes 2 1-1 Leo tokens, and they deploy standing. So unless the opponent has a way to hit standing units, they're going to lose 2. They're going to take 2 damage. But I had something incredibly wicked in mind. And that's to replace the Zaku, the baby Zaku, the Char Zaku, the Anxia, the Bernie. It feels bad to get rid of Bernie, but he just doesn't pull his weight. The Bernie, the Char, maybe the Garcias, and then all the bases for a League Militaire package. Because the LR Victory Gundam, when it attacks, and there's 3 or more League military units are in play, it draws 1. And so it just has a ton of card value. What the hell is this doing here? Get out. Kind of. Three view dashes because it's just a good. It has breach 3. You can rest a LM unit to rest a enemy unit with 4 less health. 4 Usos, when it is deployed on a League military unit, it creates a parts token. 4 reinforced juniors, which if you deploy it on your turn, and there's another League military unit in play, it does a parts token. And then 3 Zolots, which is mostly here just because there's no 2-1-2-2 League military unit, but it's a 2-3, it's a 3-2 blocker. And then I don't know if you want to use Hardy over Garcia. Hardy, you can pick 1 enemy that's 5 or lower, and you do 1 damage to it for each token you have. And League military produces a lot of tokens. So you can easily have 2 or 3 tokens, and you could be doing 2 or 3 damage. Which is nice. Gabriel, or Garcia, just deploys a High Gog token. So I proposed this to the group chat. Hope someone says Hardy's a good idea, so I decided to slot him in. We'll see if anyone else has a better idea or any other suggestions. But if I get this built out, I'll bring it on Sunday. Until then, I'm going to be doing test games in Wingtable and then seeing what the Discord says. But that's it for me. I don't have any model kits to build. I don't feel like streaming something. So yeah, it's just going to be a short stream today. I should have a little, I bought, you know, the little Dom I made yesterday? I bought a Dom version, or an Exia version of it. The Dom I built yesterday, I bought the Exia version, and I bought the pack, like, it came with a weapons pack. So I can make it be 7 Sword Exia, or I think Avalanche Exia, not Avalanche Dash, but just regular Avalanche. So I'll have a cute little Exia probably to build tomorrow, next week. I'll be here next week, and the week after that. But in 3 weeks from now, which will be either June 1st or June 2nd, most likely, I might skip stream because I don't know if I'll have any cars to do, because I'm going on vacation and going down to see my family at the last weekend of June. And my locals are typically Friday and Sunday. So I don't know if I should be driving back up on Monday. I don't know if I'll be too tuckered out to go to locals on Monday. And if I am, then I'm not going to locals on Monday. If I'm not, I can do it on Monday, and then I could do it on Tuesday at a different store I don't go to very often. It's further out of the way. I don't know what the local scene is like, so I'd probably have to bring my sweatiest deck just to feel comfortable. Um, so we'll see, but that's like 3 weeks from now, and who knows? Maybe I'll get hired and I won't be able to go and see my family, which will suck. But then I'll have a job, which will also suck. But I'll be getting paid, which sucks less. So we'll see. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. I think the Hearts Meaningless 30. Yeah, that's what I figured. Also, they're hiring for a cashier, so I applied there too. So we'll see what happens with that. I talked to my psychiatrist today, and he was just like, I was talking about how I support myself, and I don't want to get into it, but he's just like, oh, you don't need a job. Don't worry about getting a job. Fuck the Protestant work ethic. It's your money. You're fine. I was just like, that's a good point, sir. I never thought about that, doc. So we'll see. He's like, you don't need to just get a job out of a sense of moral obligation. Having the routine and the schedule is nice. But just having a job for the sake of having a job and saying I'm employed, if it's not necessary for me, and let's be real, it's been 5 years, it hasn't been necessary for me yet. I'm very blessed. Without going into it, I'll just say I'm very blessed with my family, financial and familial situation. When I don't hate what I'm doing, I generally kind of appreciate the job keeping me up to reasonable human hours. Yeah, that's nice. Retail is soul crushing. Honestly, even customer support at Microsoft was soul crushing. Like in hindsight, and looking at it like when I'm not working at Microsoft, when I wasn't working, I realized it was a really nice gig because it knows nobody's life was on the line. So it doesn't matter if I screw up. No one's gonna die. It's not like I'm a doctor or anything like that. But I don't know. Retail was soul crushing. I hated retail. It sucks that I have to probably go back to retail because nothing else is hiring me, and so they're hiring illiterate people. Currently, it's not discriminatory to fire someone for being illiterate when that means they can't do their job. That's not discrimination. Also, how would they file a discrimination lawsuit? They can't read. They can't fill out the form. I feel like I'm making fun of people that were failed by the education system, and that's not cool. But on the other hand, I can read. I'm college educated. Target should hire me. For fuck's sake. I've worked at Target before. I can work at cash register. I just can't move carts. I'm an old man. Just let Claude do the reading pretty much. But yeah. Let's see. Who do I want to raid? See what this guy's doing. I don't get it. Oh. There we go. Raid message is how do you get here? I'm not going with computer. Grab an emote with my fun bucks. Subscribers can now use Yoroshi's emails in all channels. Does that mean I can do it in all channels? Use whatever you like. If I ever get actual affiliate, I'm going to commission an artist. Probably Abnormal Victoria because I like her style. And she's really cheap. To do one of Spider-Man. You ever seen the meme of Spider-Man taking the picture? It says neat. I want to get one of those. But my guy with the camera. Hopefully saying neat. But if that's too busy, just taking a picture. I think that would be funny. I say neat a lot. Well, I don't say neat a lot because I don't have a camera to post with it. Yeah, I can't use that emote because I have them all unlocked because I'm technically a sub. So I just have to post a generic raid message. I have less rights than the viewer. But yeah, let's raid Inura. They're doing a Donathon and a Nuzlocke. Yeah, it's a shame that I can't spam my emotes because the whole reason I want affiliate is to be able to post these fuckers' faces in another chat. And maybe these too. I just want to post that. But I can't. I can only post them here. That's I know. I've been commissioned by one person to do the stoked emote. It was great. I made $20 and I bought a picture with it. I commissioned an artist with the money I make. Fulfilling the cycle. Becoming a professional artist. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm ending. Goodbye!
If anything, it makes me like him more.